Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check it out. If you remember, years ago I made a video on fuel storage here on the farm. I've been using hand pumps to get the fuel out of both my gas and diesel tanks here. But VEVOR has come out with something new. It's a more professional fuel system. You'll see when I open it up. We're going to have an electric pump. It is rated for gas and diesel. Of course, it does need to be grounded. And I'm looking forward to playing with it. We're going to hook it up. Works well for large tanks, but I've got 55-gallon drums here, as well as some 16-gallon drums, and it is perfectly suitable for that as well. 15 foot of, or 13 feet of tubing, I believe is what it comes with. Yeah, nice rated fuel line here. Really heavy-duty stuff. So this is professional grade kit that I've got here, and I'll just go ahead and unpack it. There's our power. Very nice. Nice. And yeah, this looks adjustable for the different depth of your tank. So it looks like you might even be able to use that in a much smaller setup than I have. Fuel transfer pump, model MX102. Like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and get all this out for right now. Looks like we have some stuff. Oh yeah, wow. This is nice. Heavy duty for sure. And of course it comes in VEVOR orange, which is always cool. Look at that. Nice looking setup here. And so, quick look at this on the bottom here. That's going to screw into our bung for the tank. Hose goes down, connects to the bottom of the tank. Here is where, I like this setup. Here's where our hose is going to go on the top side. It does have a nice, you can kind of hear it. Hopefully you can kind of hear it. Fuel cutoff, right? We're active, we're not active. When you put your, we've turned it off. Flip that up, now the pump is ready to run. It does have like a spill guard here, so this thing's going to sit in here. It's nice. And it's lockable. There is a lock here. You could lock the whole system out if you wanted to. Very good. 16 gallons a minute, which is, whew, that's quite a bit. MX102, 380 watts of power, 12 volt DC. All right, well here it is. Got, looks like your attachment up for the top here, along with some tape. And let's see what the directions say here. Accessory descriptions: ground wire. Ground wire is installed on the label to the pump to prevent ignition. Yeah, that would be bad. Power cord. So that's in there as well. No smoking around gas, that's for sure. Typical skid tank installation, so you know you're going to use this out on a job site. You see these in the back of trucks as well, but in my case, stationary fuel system. And now we're going to install that. Yeah, this is all pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. Screws right into place. Voltage drop in the wiring, anything more than 20 feet, they're saying that could be an issue, to try to keep it a little shorter than that in your DC wiring. It even has some wiring diagrams to help you with your setup, make sure that you're properly grounded. And it talks about how you can actually add a gauge to it, so how many gallons pumped, that sort of thing. That's kind of nice. Then it has a whole bunch of warnings. Okay, well, it's snowing right now, so I can't install it right this second, but through the magic of the internet, by the time you see this thing again here in a few seconds, well, it'll be installed and we'll be able to try it out. I actually need to fill up one of my cars. It's really low on fuel. This is the way I'm going to do that. I rotate fuel out, so at the end of every season, this being well past it, anything left in the tank from the previous year, I'll put it in cars and top them off. So well, the tractors, you know, the diesel fuel, that lasts a lot longer, but we use diesel to heat the house, heat the studio, heat the garage, and so on, as well as our tractor. So that kind of gets used a little quicker. But gas, we use, all the small equipment uses gasoline, but that usually end up with, you know, maybe 15, 20 gallons left in the end of the season. That's what we've got here. I don't want it going bad, even though I do treat it. But the thing I'm going to do here is just fill up the car with it. And I mean, it's got a nice regular setup for filling up the car. I don't have to mess with tanks or anything like that. I don't have to transfer it from the 55-gallon drum into a 5-gallon drum, which can become kind of a mess and, you know, a lot of spillage. But with this thing right here, I'll hook it up and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Let's do it.
As you can see, the old way here involves using a manual pump. And it's not that that's a bad way of doing things. It's just, it can be kind of time consuming. Sometimes when you're in the middle of something, time consuming isn't really the best option. But for filling up my tractor, the other issue here with this is that you have to go from the 55-gallon drum to a 5-gallon and then into whatever device you're using. I find that to be kind of a hassle. So hopefully this VEVOR tank will really speed up the process here by having the ability to directly pump it like you would out of a regular fuel system. So I'm going to go ahead and install it and we'll test it out. Well, let's try this thing out. Ready to start filling. Well, it works, and it sure is a whole lot faster than doing it the old-fashioned way. Very cool. Well, that's it. I'll leave a link to where you can get it. It's the VEVOR Fuel Tank Filler, and I'm happy with it. I forgot to unscrew the vent, so I was pulling a vacuum on the tank. That is not something you want to do if you can avoid that. Other than that, I'm pretty pleased with it. It seems to be working quite well. Till next time, my friends, take care.